Now, I very rarely buy anything at the airports, but here at Helsinki Airport, I've made an exception. They've got a sand outlet, and Jung here has just sold me a fantastic shirt. Now it's time to jump on board the Finnair A330 through to Osaka. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Quickly pop into the lounge and yeah, experience the Finnair service on the A330 in business class. Looking forward to it. Let's fly. I'm in the premium section of the lounge, and it seems that everybody's jumping on board the shorter northern route with Finnair from Helsinki. This lounge is absolutely packed. Seems like some good food and drink, but I'm not going to film very much because I don't want to show other passengers. Quick relax here and then on board. I also checked out the main section of the lounge, and this too was really busy. Both sections had pretty good food though, and nice coffee. They do have a sauna and showers available here at the lounge. Unfortunately, I've run out of time, so I'll have to come back and do that next time. It's time to board. It's time to fly.
That's never a good sign. Luckily, it's not my aircraft.
Right here next to the gate is also your last chance to buy a reindeer pelt. Available here for just 129 euros. I'm not sure why you would want one. I reckon you're buying one of these, Santa will never visit you again. Welcome aboard. Here's to a great flight. Cheers.
The business class cabin on the Finnair A330 is laid out in a 2-2-1 or a 1-2-1 configuration depending on the row. The variation between the rows happens on the left side of the plane, where the rows alternate between having 1 or 2 seats. The window seats on the rows with 2 seats on the left are the only seats that don't have direct aisle access. Every other seat does. There are 2 business class cabins. The front main cabin has 7 rows, and the smaller cabin behind it just 3 rows of seats. Sometimes on a flight when you're doing a review you get lucky, and today was my lucky day. There were only 2 of us sitting in the back business class cabin. The other passenger was seated in throne seat 8A, so I had the other 12 seats all to myself. Obviously I made the most of it and tried out all the different seats. So what's the verdict? All the seats were very comfortable to sit in. Couples would be best suited to the 2 seats in the middle or a set of 2 on the left hand side. Single travellers should go for the seats on the right hand side of the plane, that's seat L. The seats themselves were very well designed, with various storage options and room to spread your stuff out. There was plenty of legroom, individual lighting, and the seat controls were easy to use. Power and USB ports were right where you want them, and the tray table was adjustable and easy to use. It also provided a good working surface when I was working on my Air Baltic video later in the flight. Soon after takeoff, a drink was served from the bar. I went with the signature Finnish gin and tonic, complete with dried cranberries. The drink was accompanied by a lovely appetiser. Whilst the A330 features the older style Finnair business class seat, they have just introduced the newer onboard business class service on this route so that it matches the service offered on the A350. The new service includes upgraded menus with additional meal choices. For starters, I went with the roasted Swedish turnips. They were beautifully presented and delicious. For main course, I went with the cod with parsnips, onions, potatoes and anchovies. Again, it was very tasty. Then it was time for dessert and cheese. I love the fact that Finnair is supporting small local Finnish producers. The cheese was really good, but the ice cream, an organic pine flavoured ice cream by Jimmy, was amazing. If, after all of this, you're still hungry, snacks are available throughout the flight. The entertainment system on the A330 wasn't as good or sophisticated as the newer A350, which was to be expected. However, overall, it seemed quite adequate. It was easy to use and had reasonable choices. I did like the fact that they had some old MASH episodes available, so it was nice to go down memory lane. This aircraft was not Wi-Fi enabled, or if it was, I missed it. All the onboard amenities, including the slippers, blankets, pillows and the amenities kit, are by Finnish brand Marimekko. I like this design and I think it gives the whole cabin a bright and colourful feel. The amenities kit itself is well stocked and comes in a nice looking pouch. Sadly, Finnair does not do pyjamas in business class. When it's time to get some rest, the seat converts into a fully flat bed. This is what most of the seats look like in bed mode. The armrest also comes down for extra width and easier access. The footroom on these seats is pretty good. However, as I had the run of the cabin, I decided to give my feet an upgrade and I slept in seat 8L, which is a bulkhead seat on the right side of the cabin. This seat has the most amount of leg and footroom and I had a good sleep. When I awoke, I managed to catch the sunrise on the left side of the aircraft, which was really nice. What was even nicer though was catching the sight of AY87, the Finnair A350 service to Shanghai, which was up off our right wing. It's a beautiful sight when you see another aircraft flying at this height, and it's even better when you manage to capture it on video. Before our early morning arrival into Osaka, it was time for breakfast. I went with the Western option, which started with an Energizer. It was a good solid breakfast.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, that was a great flight. Thank you. That was a really good flight. Welcome to Osaka.
As I came off the plane, I was able to see our aircraft for the first time, as it was obscured in Helsinki. It turns out that this aircraft featured the special Finnair Marimekko livery. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Also, please check out my channel where you'll find lots more reviews and more on the way. In the meantime, as always, happy travels.